welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate. We are doing a live stream game tonight, which I haven't done in probably a couple weeks, so this is exciting. We are streaming the Kyber Team Championships Week 3 between Matt and Dr. Weston. Tonight we have Matt representing Team Derek Tozak versus Dr. Weston and the Pro Tour Enjoyers. And let me double check, but I believe their series is 1-0 in favor of Team Derek. And I do not believe the third game has been played yet. Hopefully not. They are going to be playing Scramble the Transmissions. If you don't know what Kyber Cup Team Championship is, essentially we all created teams of 3. We joined together and became one. And we get to play each other through a draft style series. Essentially, one captain goes against the other captain. They give one card, those two play, the other one gets held back. They get to choose, and then the final ones get to play whoever's left over. Tonight, we'll be playing Scramble the Transmission. To rattle off the list, on the left side, we have Matt with an Empire list. Pretty much the same one JJ has been running. We have Darth Vader, the Boy Vader, with Afterburners, Hate, and Marksmanship. Boy Mauler Mythal, with the Hull upgrade, Afterburners, Predator. Backstabber, Boy Backstabber, with Crackshot, Discipline, and Afterburners, and Hull upgrade. And Flight Leader Ubal, with Ruthless, Synced Laser Cannons, Tiber Saxon, Electronic Baffle to get rid of that stress if they take it, and Target Assist MGK300. And to round out the list, he has a Lonely Black Squadron Ace. On the right-hand side, we have Dr. Weston with the Pro Tour Enjoyers. He is running a very similar list to what we've seen Crispy run, but with a little bit different. He has Blackout with Marksmanship, Pattern Analyzer, Proton Torpedoes, Wrath in the Whisper with Fanatical, Predator, Ion Cannon, Pattern Analyzer, and the Jamming Suite. Then we have Scorch with Predator, Fanatical, and Advanced Optics, Malorus with Cluster Missiles, Lieutenant Gallic with Fanatical, Biocrypt Codes, and an Ion Cannon. They're just finishing setting up obstacles, and they'll get into setting up ships here in just a second. If you're new to the stream, which I don't know if you are unless you're watching us live, we have a podcast every Monday or every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, which I believe is like 100 UTC time. Now it's not 100 anymore. It's 200 UTC time. But essentially, we have a podcast we air every Sunday night that allows for us to share some of our experiences. Currently, we have a couple of series going on. We are currently ranking pilots based on the scenario with a F through a S tier per pilot. And we are kind of categorizing those, and eventually we'll be able to look at them and get enough input to hopefully see what the average ranking should be per pilot. We also have a new series where we analyze and talk about underutilized upgrades and underutilized pilots. Last week we covered Neonub crew and Fenrau crew. Next week we'll be covering Wrath, ironically, because Wrath, I believe, is technically an underutilized ship and pilot. And then we have our new Academy 101 series where we're talking about list archetypes. Last week, we essentially went over exactly what we felt list archetypes were. And then from there, what we did is we kind of broke them down based on what an average list type would be for, we would just say for the, for what a board game community would consider like a category. So we broke all those down. We have 7 different list archetypes, and what we're going to be doing is going more in depth with how they work with scenarios, actually building lists out for them, And I believe it'll be about a 6 to 8 part series that we will be doing. I'm gonna have to go recolor a few of these, so give me just a moment. Somehow TTS doesn't like me. Backstabber is now red. Good old Backstabber is red. And Mauler, I'm assuming, is green then. So it should be a very interesting game. The series is 1-0 in favor of Matt. Both teams, I believe, have one win. Let's see here. Derek's team lost last week to Paul Heaver. Nope. Paul Heaver's team lost. Oh, they lost. Derek's lost. They won week 1, lost week 2, and are in the lead for week 3. And Lieutenant Gaelic is now red too. So all of them. I love how when you spawn them in, sometimes they just do not spawn in correct. Good old TTS. All right, there we go. Now we got the colors correct on the screen. Welcome, Zabu. Hope you're doing well tonight. Welcome, GM Titan 1. Sorry, I do not have background music. Usually I have a co-host with me, but my co-host is actually in, they are in Connecticut for work for 3 weeks, doing some training sessions. So they will not be joining me on mic tonight because their hotel room is way too loud. Definitely not something that you all want to hear. Looks like we're all set up. We're going to get a roll here. And go back. We got to begin time as soon as they roll. And we have a tie. We have a mixed bag tie. All right. So first player is going to go to Team Derek. They will have first player. So we do have some overlapping initiatives here. Definitely something that you're going to want to look out for. There is all 5s on Dr. Weston's side. And then we have a couple of 5s, a 6 and a 3 and a 4 on the Derek side. Again, I can't remember if I told you what scenario it is, but the scenario tonight is going to be scramble the transmissions. Like usual, we're seeing a Black Squadron ace essentially go after probably that objective over there. Dr. Weston placed it in a good spot for to split that tie off and make sure that that tie doesn't get into the mix right away. Welcome, Thigh Lauren. Happy to have a game tonight. There's not a lot of games. If you are watching this and you are out there for Kyber Cup and you're playing, you should put your stuff in the schedule. I work during the day, but I have all of my afternoons and nights free outside of Sundays when I stream. And so, like, I am happy to pick up games when I'm not out doing other things. And I know some of the other streamers are as well. So we're going to get Ubel doing a 1 bank. I actually have not seen anybody play Ubel on screen yet. I know a person at our local, they are running Ubel in their list. Actually, you know what? It's probably Dr. Weston's team that has almost the same list now that I think about it. Or close to this. Or no, maybe they're running. No, they're running Vizier. They're running Vizier and Faroff. That's what they're running instead. So similar type list, less TIE fighters. Oh, Zabu. Oh yeah. Okay. Your name in here is a little different than your name on the Discord. So there you go. So yes, your list is a little bit different. But I got to watch your your Ubel play the other night. So we are going to see Kylo come in towards the other TIE fighters there. Blackout is the only one that's going to be coming in on the flank. I'm assuming that that specific Blackout is going to be going for a torpedo into the Black Squadron Ace and hoping to take him off this round. I will say, even if you lose that Black Squadron Ace this round, I think you're still kind of okay. If you're able to get that objective, I will say it'll be a feels bad, but they do get 3 dice, so it's not guaranteed for it. Yeah, I agree. Juno, I was not on board with Juno at all when Juno first came out. But after watching some of the people play him, and JJ has been playing Juno for our team. So I'm on a team with Psych J7 and Bedwards or Brendan for my locals. And so we're all on the same team. We're the brewing phase. We are 1-1 for the year, and then we are up 1 in this series. And I have my game tomorrow. Actually, I got to submit my game to have someone stream it. But my game is up tomorrow at 6 p.m. I do not stream my own games, though. That is like one rule. I do not like to stream my own game. Not at all. So I really like where Vader is in the situation. I really think that if Kylo does not turn into Vader, Vader can easily afterburners and grab that objective, which will give Matt 2 objectives to 1. Vader probably could, even if Kylo comes in and takes that objective, I think Vader still could come in and take that objective. Keeping Vader back means Kylo does not have the ability to scooch in there fast enough to be able to jam Vader this round. So it is kind of, I think this will be pretty imperative that we see Vader take that objective, because a 3 bank boost, 5 straight barrel roll, there's a couple of different options Vader has to take it, but I feel taking that objective versus that target lock, I don't know. I just feel that with that Vader, I feel it would be highly beneficial to have take 2 objectives early on. What I found in Scramble is if you take 2 objectives early on and don't lose any ships that first engagement, that the other team has a harder time coming back from that with being able to, because then you're in the scrum. And weirdly enough, I found with my Django, I've spent more time taking objectives back than just going for mass murder, because that extra point, as long as Django doesn't die or doesn't have like 6 people facing him down, is really, really important. Welcome, Flying Mighty. So I'm assuming we'll probably just see those TIE fighters in the center go forward. It would be, I mean, if they all rush in, there might be a way to kind of bombard some of them. Having Backstabber and Mauler together kind of is even better than having to deal with or put Vader right next to Mauler. I know in our list that's what JJ has is Mauler and Vader running together. Whereas here you have a whole lot of different options. Yeah, I really want to put Ubel on the I really want to put Ubel on the table. I just have not had any time to do that. All right, so we do see the Black Squadron coming in there. I'm gonna call him Yellow Squadron because he ain't a Black Squadron. He's coming in there, taking that objective. So we do only get a 2 forward from Scorch, probably meaning the rest of that team is only going to be going 2 forward. It'll be interesting to see what Kylo does. Interesting, not taking that center objective there. taking focuses. Guess is looking to stare down Scorch. Yep, and there's Ubel positioning himself, so if you shoot someone, he's going to shoot back. Not close enough for a shot, so a little bit too far back. It looks like Dr. Weston did a good job range controlling here. So we do just get a bank in with Kylo. Not close enough for any of the objectives. Could go for the boost. Looks like he has Bullseye on Backstabber right there. This Kylo, oh, this isn't Kylo, this is Wrath. That's right. Keep thinking this is Kylo. Only has an ion cannon, but does technically, I believe, have the Bullseye. It looks like if he gets close enough. So taking the focus. And is just going to stay there, keep the range 3. Very good job. I will say this is a very good job on Dr. Weston's part, maintaining that distance control outside of Ubel. This will not be as big of a shot round for Matt as I think he originally hoped. And now we're getting Gallic coming in there. There's a possibility they could ionize Backstabber, which would then force him to be able to only do that one bank into there. I like Wrath's position as well. Keeping Wrath in the back gives Wrath a little bit of an option to make a decision on whether he wants to go left, right in this one. So we do get Blackout coming in there. I don't know if Blackout's going to have the proton torpedo shot. I'm kind of thinking he might not, but he might. It's really close. If I were him, I would be taking that, looking at that target lock, see if we can get it. Because if you can blast one of those ships off the board round, well, first engagement round, that's an easy 2 points. Okay, so he does easily have him. It does not look like he's going to have not Scorch, Mauler, though. So just take it on the normal one, blast them out of the water, and hope to God that you... Ooh, and we're getting a barrel roll. Nope, not boosting right. Going left with the barrel roll. So here's where you have Vader. If I'm Vader, I'm afterburnering in and getting that objective. I think if Matt takes that objective this round, that's one less thing he has to worry about going forward. Yes, it's only a 2-die shot into into Wrath, but I don't know. To me, it just seems the more logical thing. Yep. Okay, so we do get the boost, I'm assuming, from the afterburner. And nope, not going for the objective, saying, hey, I'm just going to do murder and go for a target lock. We'll take the target lock on Wrath. I got to remember that's not Kylo. This whole bloody game. I have to remember that's not Kylo. But Vader could score the objective. It's one less dice. You're probably not taking Wrath out this round, and it gives you a free extra point. I don't know. Because that would put Matt up 2-0 in objectives. So, all right. Taking the range 2 shot, it looks like. Into Wrath. Gets the extra green dice. I would say that's pretty good. Pretty good there. Just spend a force. Don't even have to spend the target lock. Just get the force. And we get hit. Or 3 crits going in. Oh, poop. All right. So that'll be shields down on Wrath. Yep. Does turn Fanatical on. Hopefully they remember it. All right, nothing for Ubel. Sad day for Ubel. Now we're going to get Backstabber. Backstabber going into Scorch, probably the easier of all of them. And he is pissed. He says, I'm going to hit you for hit crit crit as well. And we get 3 evades. Nope, 2 evades and an eyeball. I think you just take your shield here, turn on your fanatical as well. All right. Now we're going to have Backstabber coming in. Backstabber, only 2 hits. Still pretty good going into Scorch there. And we get 2 evades. We get natties. Look at that. All them saddies out there. Man. All right. Scorch is happy with that. 2 shots into him and not worried about it. All right. So now we're going to get Malorus. Malorus is going into Mauler. Malorus with 1. And Mauler gets the 1 as well. Doing the same thing. We have Gaelic shooting that ion cannon. Well, it's very nice of them to point at the ion cannon too. Like that. All right. I think you got to focus there. Just spend your focus. That's a pretty good dice. Nope, no focus anymore. All right. And 3? Oh my God. 3. Everybody's rolling evades around here, it seems. All right. Raph's turn. Raph does have the bullseye range 3. Gonna take the bullseye shot, it looks like. Through an obstacle. Into Backstabber. Now eyeball. And there we go. So 3 hits. Oh, Backstabber just rolled 3 evades. Look at that. All right, now we're into Blackout. Guessing we're getting a Proton Torpedo. I can't imagine why we wouldn't shoot that. Those green dice are like hot. Like, I can't believe they're that hot. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to spend the lock. Reroll 3 of them. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got 4 crits. 4 crits. 4 crits, and that, I believe, is a dead... Damaged engine. Yep. That. Yep. All 3 of them go in. Okay, he just left the other dice on the table. And a console fire. Well, so long to Black Squadron. You served us well. That's what Vader would tell you. You got a point this round, so there is that. It does kind of force you. You got to think it isn't too bad in the long run. You did force the specific ability to, him to take that objective, and so somebody's got to come take that objective next round if they want it back. All right, so we get 2 from Scorch. Spend advanced optics, and it looks like we have that, and we will take 1 damage to Mauler. All right, I think that is the end of the round. End of the round, we have 1 objective point to 2 ship points. And I would be surprised if we see much else outside of maybe Blackout taking that objective back. Um, Malorus actually can do it. Yeah, Malorus actually should do it next round unless Malorus wants to shoot cluster missiles. But I mean, and that's the problem. Malorus can just go in and shoot the cluster missiles. There's enough ships in the area now. Um, I don't know. So that's you're probably just you're probably shooting cluster missiles. And at this point, if you feel you can get Mauler off the board and maybe part of Ubel, I don't know if you even bother with objectives at that point. But yeah, those cluster missiles, I mean, you're not going to take that objective. You could technically take the objective with Malorus if you wanted, but I'm guessing Dr. West is gonna go just for blood. Now the bigger question is gonna be is whether Wrath churns out towards Vader and goes for somewhat of a block on Vader, or if Wrath will churn in and just go all in on Ubel and some of those other ones. Ubel will be live this round. So that is a little bit, I think, somewhat concerning for Matt, or not for Matt, for Dr. Weston. But at this exact same time, um, at the exact same time, it's probably not the end of the world. You think too hard boost jam? As I say, you had to do something about Vader coming in there because Vader can just do like a one maneuver and be fine. And he's already got the target locked. Didn't need it somehow last time. So you really got to get that block on the Vader. If you do jam him, the jam will officially remove that target lock. So that'll be exciting. All right. So it looks like it's going to be Matt again. All right. I don't know if any of them have systems phase. I don't think so. All right. So we get Scorch, removing stress. And just taking a focus. Yep. Gonna say no thank you to that objective. And we get Uwal just kind of gliding around. We're gonna have big bump fest here. Looks like he's gonna take that center objective. Yep, taking that center objective with Ubel. Now I wonder if we're gonna get a bump from Malorus. We will get one with Gallic. Now I will say, if a ship dies, that's gonna give Gallic the coordinate. All right, so Malorus did not bank. Malorus just went in there straight. And I don't know. Malorus has the range 3. I don't know if you take the target lock now. Gonna check range 1. Gonna take that objective back. I would say that's probably a good move. No cluster missiles being able to come around this round. So we do get the 4 straight. I'm assuming he's just going to cap that objective. No reason boost around there. Yep. There we go. Guess take the boost. I don't know. I guess that makes sense because then it sets you up for a too hard next round. So that we do get Wrath going in for somewhat of a bump. Yeah, I think you have to boost Jam here. We will see. You could take the objective and really hope to God that, that Vader didn't do anything. Okay, so we're going to take a barrel roll. And looks like he's jamming himself. We do get the bump with Vader. And Vader will take the stress focus. All right. Did he forget to put his turret on? All right. So who's Vader going to choose? Vader is going to go into Gallic. And I say you spend both force. Might as well. See if you can get him to spend his focus. Yeah, there you go. No, didn't matter. 3 daddy evades. These green dice, I tell you. Green dice all around. Now we'll get to see Matt's 5s go next. They will take the range 0 shot in the Gallic. And just 1 hit. And we get 2 evades. All right. And now we're going to get Ubel. Ubel will take that shot, I'm guessing, into Wrath. That would be my guess. Gets a couple calculates. Seems pretty good. Just sync laser cannon on there. Spend that calculate. We got a hit and a crit going in. And his green dice failed. No way. After all those natty rolls, the green dice have failed. And it's a direct hit. Oh, man. Oh, that's not good for Wrath. Sad day. Well, that will be the end of Wrath. Wrath will get to shoot, but that is 5 points for Matt's team there. And he didn't even need Vader to take him out. thoroughly shuffle it. Oops, let me get my hand off the screen. All right. Now here is where things can get a little dangerous, right? Because now we have okay, so Gallic is going to coordinate. Yep, he's going to coordinate the target lock for and put it on Ubel. All right, set up for next turn. Seems like a pretty good play, or he could just go into Ubel. Oh my gosh, hit crit crit. Spend that focus. That's a string. That's a full string into Malorus. Up, and he forgot to take his stress, didn't he? Oh, so there's 1, 2, and the crit. The first one is disable power regulator and blinded pilot. Oh, that's definitely not what he wanted to see. That is not good for Malorus there. Add blinded pilot. Power regulator. Ugh. All right, so he'll get his ion. Loses the lock for the action he just took. Oh, not good. And then he'll get a shot. Range 1. Let's see if we get a little bit of payback here. 1 crit. And 1 evade. Gaelic will also go in. Wonder if, oh, yep. Okay, so going to use the ion cannon. We get three hits. And so that will be an ionized backstabber plus a hit. All right, now we're going to get Wrath. And take the bullseye shot into Vader. Range 0. We get 1 crit going in. Probably, unless Vader blanks out. Not likely. Yeah, you can't modify that, unfortunately. And Vader can just spend his focus. And take no damage there. All right. We'll see if Scorch goes range 0 or range 2. The range 0, you don't get the extra dice. He is going to go the range 2. That way he could take the stress and the 4 dice. Or 3 dice. Oof. That's not what you want to see. You got Fanatical. And Advanced Optics. So we'll get 1 going in to Ubel there. Ubel's going to get the shot back. And we get a hit crit going back in. And he already spent his focus, so there's one more crit going in. I don't know. I guess I'll have to hop in there and see if he's gonna flip it. Be right back. Oh, I missed. I missed. All right, so that was a direct hit, and that will put Scorch down to 1. We'll get a couple of objective points here. Put us at 6-4. So Blackout's got to get in there. Make sure that Blackout does Blackout things. And we know Scorch. I don't know what Scorch is going to do. Scorch has got to be really careful, I think, right here. I wonder if they have cards. Yeah. Good old ESBO does not have all those cards in there. I think they were debating the question on when Tiber Saxon interacts there. Say Flight Leader Ubel has done a ton of damage. Ton of damage by Tiber there. And Tiber, technically, if he wants, could just kind of turn in, rotate. Yeah, so that pilot, disabled, whatever it is, will go away. But that will not benefit Scorch or Malorus's turn. Malorus is still only going to be able to do the one bank. And you know, I wonder if Mauler will just kind of stay there to try to block up um Malorus. Kind of seems logical to me. Because if you could take Malorus and Scorch off the board, would be beneficial. I will say if if one of those ties do die though right away and it's not Gaelic, um, then the big thing's gonna be is that coordinate action. So not taking that stress hurt Malorus this time, but doesn't mean that it always does. Okay, looks like Matt's gonna be first player again. And we get a turnaround maneuver from Scorch to say, hey, just want to get out of the way. Oops. Oh, but he's stressed. Can't do it. So he'd be doing the two forward. And keeping all the strain and all the stress. All right. So we get Mauler just going one forward. I assume we'll just take the focus. No reason not to. Backstabber doing a turnaround maneuver. I think he's debating if he's going to afterburners back in. Yep, going to spend an afterburners charge and attempt to boost back in. All right, Ubel. Either you take that center objective or just take yourself a target lock. All right. It looks like he's going to take the objective, it seems. Okay. All right. Malorus doing the 2 bank away. Doesn't need the stress, doesn't need any of that. Can just take a focus. I don't think he's close enough. Can't do anything else anyway. Ooh, we get a 1 hard from Gallic. Keeping that stress, going after Mauler there. All right. Now we have Blackout. Blackout's got to make a determination. Do you have a target lock range or not? I'm going to say I don't think so, but there is a possibility. Yeah, he might be able to catch just the end of Ubel there. And see, here is where I don't know. I mean, it's 1 extra dice. It gives you that double mod. You could always just take the target lock, and if it doesn't, nope, just taking a focus and then a boost in. Okay. All right. Now we got Vader. Vader gonna 1 bank, I'm sure. And I'm assuming Vader will just take a target lock. And I would just go into Scorch. Yeah, just taking it on Scorch there. I don't know what they're debating now. Okay, gonna spend a Malor's charge. Take a stress. Yep, makes sense. You don't know how many shots you got coming in, so. All right. Good old Vader. Usually guaranteed 3 hits. And all right, rolls 2 hits. Making one of them a crit. I don't even know. You don't even have to do that, I don't think. But and we can play Galfer and Scorch. You got to be kidding me. Scorch doesn't. He wasted all of his good natties earlier. So that will be a dead Scorch. All right, now we got Ubel. Ubel taking the range 1. Oh, he's got Gallic. Oh, take a target lock. Take a target lock with Blackout. Target lock with Blackout. Oh, Blackout's stressed too, isn't he? Oh, everybody's stressed. Never mind. All right. Oh my gosh. You got to be kidding me. No. 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 Oh, oh man. All of the good dice earlier got used up. All right. All right. Back into Gallic again. One crit and one evade. All right. Gallic taking the range 1. I'm assuming not an ion cannon, but we'll see. I think you need the points here, so I think you have to just take the base range 1 and hope it hits. And you get 1 hit plus Fanatical. He gets 2 evade. Matt, you took all the evades. What the hell? Oh, man. So Blackout, oh, he does have him obstructed. Oh, look at that. We're actually going to get to see Blackout's ability. Unless he chooses to go somewhere else. You got to go into Mauler. You got to go into Mauler here, I think. Nope, going into Ubel. All right. 2 hits. Actually, one of those is a crit because of marksmanship. Oh, yep, there you go. He remembers. So we're taking hit crit. Disable power regular. Not anything fun. All right. Looks like it'll be the end of the round. Everybody gets 1 point for the objective. So we have a 10-5 game. Blackout is in a good position, I think, but is going to be met with a little bit of resistance from Vader. I do want to check Gallic's card a minute. After another friendly ship at range 0 to 2 is destroyed, you may perform a coordinate action even while stressed. While you coordinate, the ship you choose can perform an action only if the action is also on your bar. All right. So because everybody was stressed, there was no way to be able to coordinate. All right. Just wanted to make sure before it was. And here's where, Ubel's going to have to chase. I'm assuming we're going to get a 4K or a 3K from Mauler. Probably a 3K. That would be what I would do. Unless you just want for the bumps. But to me, I would do the 3K, let Gallic chase Mauler. He's just going to come in with Sinbad there and take him out. And then Blackout's got to get around. He's got to get around. Unfortunately, with what's his face, Malorus being stressed. I don't know what you do with Malorus because you already have that objective. And already having that objective means that not needed. Take. Unfortunately, that puts Malorus out of the game here. And oh, it's Dr. Weston. They get it for once. Probably not the churn they wanted. All right, so we're getting a 2 bank with Malorus. Just trying to stay out. I would fix the blinded pilot at this point, unless Ubel could come in there. Somebody says you fix blinded pilot. Take it, invade. All right, that's fine. Because I see, because you, the other thing you could do is you just could use your charges again, if you wanted. All right, so we do get Gallic going in there. I'm assuming for attempting some sort of a block on Ubel. Is sitting very close to that rock. Probably will be fine with a hard next turn. Um, but is going to go ahead and barrel roll to the left, it looks like. And there we go, getting blackout, doing blackout things. You do have a full health blackout, but you do have backstabber coming in here. You do got a possibility of Ubel being able to rotate to the back. Yeah, full health Vader. Yeah, full health Vader got bumped turn 2, and then Ubel killed Wrath. So Vader didn't even have to kill Wrath. All right, so just taking the focus, playing it safe. So we do get the 3 turnaround. Pretty predictable for Mauler there. And he went too hard the other way. All right. All right. Different. Did not expect that. And we get backstabber going 3 forward there, clearing that stress. You already got the thing, so I guess it depends on where he went. I think you just take a focus here. Yep. Vader just doing a 1 bank, gonna take a target lock on Blackout there, try to get some points going. All right. So we do not use a Malorus charge here. All right. Is that a range 1-2 into Blackout? That is a range 1. All right. Vader, range 1. So he's going to spin a force, change it to a crit, and he's going to spin that target lock on the other 2, I'm guessing. Yeah. And 2 eyeballs. All right. And we get 2 evades. There you go. He's got a debate. You going to go into Ubel or are you going to go into Vader there? None of them are good options. To take the range 1 into Vader? Yeah. Vader has 1 force, but has hate. Well, I say you spend your focus there. Go all in. If you're going to go into Vader, go all in. Vader will spend the force, take 2 shields, and get 2 force back. Good trade for Vader. All right. taking the range 3 into blackout. Get your predator 2 hits. And he gets 2 evades. Yeah, Big John, he's not full health anymore, Vader. No more full health Vader. That'll be mostly full health Vader. Yep. Then there's Backstabber going to be rolling 3 dice into blackout. Let's see if we can keep those natties going. Two hits. Oof. I think you spend it while you got it. I don't know. All right. Gets his calculates. Ubel, I'm assuming shooting into blackout again. 2. Taking 1 more. He's Tiber Saxon again. Ugh. Tiber Saxon is so dirty. All right. Looks like it is the end of the round. 1 point each. We have about 20 minutes or so on the clock. I got 20 minutes and 13 seconds. So still some time. Game is definitely not over. Only 5 points behind. Need to get some ships off the board and not lose any ships, though. That is Dr. Weston's whole game here. You cannot lose blackout. I'm guessing Vader's done hunting blackout. He's going to leave blackout alone. Blackout with that strain is definitely not going to be good. Vader could just shoot past, kind of go into Malorus. Malorus has got 1 health left, and may possibly take Malorus out. Gaelic's not in a great position, unless Gaelic wants to go over that rock. So we'll see here. I'm assuming we'll get a 2 hard in for Malorus. Fortunately, has that blinded pilot, which does not help him. But we'll see here. I assume we'll get probably get 2 hard. We get a 2 hard from Backstabber, 2 forward from Mauler. Assume we get like a 1 bank or a 1 hard out of Ubel. That little rock is pretty close there. But probably should be able to clear it. Does have disable power regular, so if they do not fix it next turn, they will be going 1 straight or 1 bank. Looks like they're ready. The biohex on Gaelic is for him to target lock somebody, and when some other ship dies, Gaelic has the ability to coordinate that ship beyond range 2. That's my guess is what that's for. All right, so the 3 hard did fit. Does put him pretty good. If Vader did zoom, it puts him pretty good to be able to block Vader. You're not bad, John. How do you I don't wanna hear that. You're not bad. Um, and we do get to go around the bend. I don't know at this point, do you bother to fix why is he taking the target lock? He still got blinded. He didn't fix blinded last turn. Target lock ain't gonna do him any good. Unless there's something special I don't know. Alright, taking the target lock, I guess. Backstabber? Okay. And we do get black out going very fast. Alright, I like that maneuver. I like that. Hopefully nobody will be able to chase black out and end his life. Um I think you do take the focus here. I think you do. 'Cause you don't know what Gallic's doing, and I guess technically you don't know what Baller's doing. Looks like he's taking it back. Yeah, I thought it said bump in the chat, but take the red focus. You don't know what Obel's doing. Take the red focus. Just in case. All right. Getting backstabber coming in there. All right. Taking the barrel roll. The right. Yep. Oh. Oh, I forgot he has afterburners. Oh, yeah. All right. Ubel gonna go ahead and claim versus taking the getting rid of disabled fire leg. All right. And we get Bader bumping. Gonna take a stress focus. You better use your Malor's charge. Use your Malor. Use it. Use it. You're gonna die. Okay, there we go. Good. Oh, still range 1 though. All right. The Vader still gets 3 dice. So it's gonna all come down to dice here. Ugh. All right, we'll see how it goes. And the consistent Vader. All right, hit crit. We get all natties. We got it. He got it. You didn't get Malorus before Malorus shot. Ugh. You still got to deal with Backstabber. You still got to deal with Backstabber here, but And see, this sucks. If you had fixed your blinded pilot last turn, um, if you had fixed blinded pilot last turn instead of the evade, you can't. Yeah, I guess you could shoot the cluster missiles, but you can't mod your dice. Ugh. One hit. Hmm. All right, so Backstabber evades going into Vader now. A hit crit into Vader. All right. Oof, Vader's got to spend a force, or does Vader have a focus? Vader has a focus. Just spend your focus, Vader. Okay. Nope, gonna spend the force. All right. So Vader down on shields. All right. Blackout. Oof. Spend your focus. Punish him. 3 hits. Do get the 1, so only 2 going through into Ubel. All right. Gaelic. All right. I'm assuming Gaelic. Yep. Ion cannon into Backstabber. That is pretty good. All right. So that is 1 hit and ionized. So that's pretty good. That's definitely a good turn of events here for Dr. Weston. Yep. All right. Ubel is officially ionized now. Disable power regular goes away. All right. Crit. I'm assuming going into Gaelic. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who he's going into. All right. Now we got Backstabber. All right. Going into Malice. Commander Malorus. Get 2 hits. We got to get some paint here. Keep Malorus alive. Oh, no, Malorus. Oh, too bad for Malorus there. All right, so that will put Matt up 14. They'll each get a point for end of the round. I'll put them 15-7 here. $16. Oh, that's right. He has 2 objectives. So if I'm Matt, I think you just go forward with Vader, clean that objective. You'll have 3. Um, and then roll will mean everything here, I think, for Ubel and Blackout. That's 3 more points. Even if you lose, so if you lose Ubel, that's 5. That'll put them at 12. I think Dr. Weston's only ability is killing Ubel. And then you have 1 round. You have 1 round, so you have to take objective with Gallic here. Losing Malorus really hurt last round. So somebody says you have to take an objective with Gallic here. Hope that you do like a 3 hard, I think there. Take that objective, and then hope you get to go second. Could also do a 3 bank, I think, and the 3 bank would be okay. Proud tradition. Sloop behind an ionized ship. Yeah, that would be amazing. But I think that's the only course of action is you have to take an objective here because you're going to lose your other one. Because if Matt gets 3, that puts him at 19. And it's just, you could lose Ubel and it won't matter. All right, we'll get our road roll. Dr. Weston gets it. The 1 turn, Dr. Weston does not want it. He gets it. All right, so taking the objective, did the 3 hard. Gaelic wasn't stressed. Gaelic did miss the other trigger. Yep, there we get our bump. Not good for Blackout here. I think if you're Blackout, I still think you take Distress Focus. I don't know. And you're going to get shot by Ubel. So there's Mauler. Ionized. No longer ionized for Backstabber. And now we got Mauler. Yep, doing the 1 hard. Just sit there. It's inconsequential. Yep, Vader clears stress. Just take the objective. Yep, there you go. it will take at least 2 turns for Matt to claim victory unless he gets rid of Blackout there. Don't know if Blackout. Oh, Blackout does have Ubel, so this could be beneficial for Dr. Weston here. If you get Ubel off the board this turn, if you get Ubel off the board this turn, you are back in the game. You just have to make sure you get 2 objectives to his 1. Yeah, I would spend your focus. You kind of have to here. Depending on what Ubel rolls, and of course Ubel rolls 1. We'll take 2. And I think Ubel still lives. Yeah. 1. Ubel gets to take a shot back. Ubel gets 2. And Blackout gets 2. Look at that, Blackout. You're not a blank out today. All right, second shot. Spend the focus. No! No, Blackout. No. All right, Blackout done to 1. All right, Mauler into Gallic. Hick. I hate range 0 shots so much. Hick crit into Gallic. Gallic gets 3 evades. Natties, baby. Natties. Two more. And 1 more for Dr. Weston. So Dr. Weston really needs that roll to go his way. Oh, it's time. Oh, it's time in the round. All right. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We had an amazing run, an 18-8 game. Team Derek Tozak wins 18-8 against the Pro Torp Enjoyers. Good to see some other ships on the board that we don't see all the time. Enjoyed seeing some Wrath, even though Wrath only lived a couple turns. If you're new to the stream and you've not joined us before, we do a podcast every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern or 200 UTC the next day. Now, let's see here. I throw some links in the chat. If you would like, you can go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're also able to, I guess that doesn't work anymore. You're able to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe here on Twitch, whatever floats your boat. And we do games like these on and off. So thank you all for joining us. We will be back with another game tomorrow if somebody puts them in the Kyber schedule. So if you're playing Kyber, you want your game stream, you're playing Thursday night, hit me up. With that being said, thank you. Have a good night, and we will see you on Sunday.